the sight of the poor drowning people climbing onto the rock, reaching safety, or the devotion and self-sacrifice of those whose whole being was wrapped up in the effort for their deliverance. I saw the occupants of the platform were quite a mixed group. They were involved in different activities, some with different pleasures, and very few of them seemed to make it their business to get the people out of the sea. What puzzled me most was the fact that though all of them had been rescued at one time or another, nearly everyone seemed to have forgotten all about the ocean. It seemed the memory of its darkness and danger no longer troubled them at all. What seemed equally strange and perplexing to me was that these people did not even seem to have any care, that is, any agonizing about the poor perishing ones who were struggling and drowning right before their eyes. Now, this astonishing unconcern could not have been the result of ignorance or lack of knowledge, because they lived there, right in full sight of it, and even talked about it sometimes. Many of them even went regularly to hear lectures and sermons about the awful state of the poor drowning creatures. Some of them were absorbed day and night in trading and business to make gain, stowing up their savings in boxes, safes, and the like. Many spent their time amusing themselves with growing flowers, others in painting or playing music or dressing up to be admired. Some occupied themselves mainly in eating and drinking. Others were taking up arguing about the poor drowning creatures. But the thing that seemed most amazing were those on the platform to whom he called, who heard his voice and felt they ought to obey it. At least they said they did. Those who confessed to love him much were in full sympathy with him in the task he had undertaken. Who worshipped him or who professed to do so were so taken up with their trade and profession, their money-saving and pleasures, their families and circles, their religions and their arguments about religion, and their preparation for going to the mainland, that they did not listen to the cry that came to them from the wonderful being who had himself gone down into the sea. Anyway, if they heard it, they did not heed it. They did not care. And so the multitude went on right before them, struggling and shrieking and drowning in the darkness. And then I saw something that seemed to me even more strange. I saw that some of these people on the platform were wanting, that the wonderful being was wanting to come and help him in his difficult task of saving the perishing, were always praying and crying out to him to come to them. Some wanted him to come and stay with them and make them happier. Others to take away doubt and misgivings. Others to make them feel more secure on their rock. So these people used to meet and get up as high on the rock as they could and look towards the mainland where the great being was. And they would cry out, "Come to us, come and help us." And all the while he was down by his spirit among the poor, struggling, drowning creatures in the angry deep, with his arms around them trying to drag them out, and looking up oh so longingly but in vain to those on the rock, crying to them with his voice all hoarse from calling, "Come to me, come to me, come and help me." The mighty being who was calling to them from the midst of the angry waters was the Son of God, the same yesterday, today, and forever, who is still struggling and interceding to save the dying multitudes about us from the terrible doom of damnation, and whose voice can be heard above the music, machinery, and noise of life, calling on the rescued to come and help him to save the world. Booth was motivated by that kind of compassion and passed that on to many thousands who joined him, totally committed and sold out for Christ, and went into the sea of poverty in England and then to other countries. And it grew and grew because he inspired by his compassion a vision for their involvement. And Franklin Baptist Church has a vision for helping, and I want to show you a video of Cambodia. Morris really has always had a dream of a link church, a partnership with a church in the developing world who are, not only bringing the gospel in word, but also in deed, practical and spiritual, planting churches specifically in unreached people areas where the gospel has not been heard before. And So we began to look at possibilities and openings. We, as a global action team, set about 12 criteria that would help us decide who to get alongside and support. And we tried out a project with Pastor Abraham in Cambodia. Some of those criteria, like financial accountability and easy access for our teams and good communication, seemed to fit. And the money we sent for his slum project was well looked after. We got good reports back. We built 6 slum houses. You built 6 slum houses. You built a classroom for his kids from the slum. They don't have to pay any fees, which is unusual in Cambodia. So they can get an education even though they live in these slum houses. And so that project went well. And now we've begun a second project with him. And it's a school in the provincial area near the Thai border. It's 10 hours driving on terrible roads from Phnom Penh. And there's 600 families there, 300 children needing some kind of education. There's nothing for them. And we have agreed to partner with one other church and make this happen. And we've sent money from the budget this year, $4,000, and that's laying the foundations right now. I helped clear the landmines. That's the first step when you build a building or something in Cambodia. Don't want the kids stepping on those. That's happened. The foundations are being laid, and we're quite excited that we've taken the step of faith and commitment because we together are going to accomplish something really worthwhile. So you'll see in the video, one of our key purposes was that you could meet Pastor Abraham. He leads the ministry called the Organization for the Help of the People of Cambodia, and he leads the church in Andong Village, which is in Phnom Penh. It's on the outskirts and it's a slum. And then Odirmanche is the place out in the provinces. You'll see English teaching, you'll see a school, you'll see the slum, but it's all very applicable to what we're going to accomplish out in the provinces. So enjoy this, and I hope you really get a feel, an excitement, and a connection with this ministry in Cambodia.
I want to say greeting, brothers and sisters, New Zealand. My name Hong Abraham Simting. I have 35 years old, and so I have a family, one wife. My wife, her name Juma Supan, and so I have 2 children. I have one son. His name Puri. Many people call him Isaac, and so I have one daughter. My daughter, her name Moraya, she have 1 year and 3 months now. My wife have 3 months pregnant also, yeah. No, my background of family, Buddhist, very strong. I was born in a family famous in the Buddhist, and also I'm a young boy. I'm staying in a Buddhist temple with my grandfather. My grandfather is a high priest in the Buddhist temple, so I stay with him until I'm finished high school in my homeland. And after I continue to study my university in Phnom Penh, I hear about the gospel when I'm a student in university, but I'm also to fight again with the gospel because I think my family famous in a Buddhist, so I think I don't need Jesus, in my heart, because I need only Buddhist. And after I finish my university, and also I have finished my master degree, I have to become an officer in the Ministry of Education in Cambodia. Because the people in the province, the poor family also, we have near 600 family. The problem, they cannot to sell the money to build a school. And also I think very important, the build a school, the first we want to show them about the love of Christ to them. We need the young people and the next generation to have education. We build them understand about our God, Jesus Christ, the Lord of salvation to them. And I hope the future they grow up in our school and they have a good heart to know Jesus clearly, and they can change society, the local place around here with the young people and with the student in the school of Mianjay, yeah, the province. So